I live in the US, and the highest league of football here is the MLS. I live in North Carolina, so I support Charlotte FC, and today they just announced the confirmed loan deal with Galatasaray for Zaha.
Galatasaray.
Galatasaray. Same thing, right? The whole topic of the MLS had me thinking about its future. So instead of reading articles or lame blogs about the future of the MLS, I'm just going to ask ChatGPT. The exact prompt I'm going to give ChatGPT is, based on estimation, what will the MLS look like in 30 years? The expansion of the MLS. So I asked ChatGPT here and it says, MLS could expand to include 40 or more teams, solidifying its presence in markets across North America, including Canada and potentially Mexico.
Stop the cap! Stop the cap right now! Stop the cap!
That is crazy. That was one thing I was thinking about. Like, imagine the MLS having one team per state. That would just be outrageous. But who knows, it could happen. We did just get San Diego FC that will be joining us in the next season of the MLS, brand new. They have Chucky Lozano, and yeah, that's gonna be exciting to see. But wow, that is crazy, the amount of teams. Moving on to the competitive level, ChatGPT here says the US is going to constantly produce world-class players who excel in the MLS before moving or choosing to stay over in European leagues. That I actually do see happening. There is lots of talent that you can kind of see starting to form already. Obviously, we have the crazy Kevin Sullivan, or Kevon Sullivan, however you say his name, moving to City. He's already got a deal. He's like 14. He plays in the MLS. Like,
the game is broken, EA Sports. The game is broken.
Stuff like that, I definitely see happening. I mean, and I do see players becoming better, especially in the academies. All right, moving on. We have our infrastructure and technology. Stadium innovations, smart technology, streaming and immersion. Man, I hope that they fix the streaming somehow, because if I'm being honest, I don't know if people really want to pay for an Apple TV subscription. I know I don't pay for an Apple TV subscription. When I watch an MLS game, I'm usually there in person, or I just watch the highlights, because they're kind of taxing, man, on Apple TV and stuff. Like,
You're broke. You're poor.
I have cable television. I have so many subscriptions. I lose count of it. But you know, if they can figure out a way to split it up like the Premier League does, some games are cable, some games are Paramount Plus, some games are Peacock, whatever, something like that, then that'd be great. And I hope they do that in the future. All right, number 4, we have financial growth. The revenue and sponsorship and the player salaries and transfers, salary caps are going to rise significantly, and the MLS teams could become more involved in the global transfer market, with multi-million-dollar deals becoming routine. I do see this happening. We're starting to see it slowly build up, especially with the multi-million-dollar deals becoming routine. There's not really much I could say on it right now besides like Inter Miami going crazy and like maybe LA Galaxy. But honestly, I do see this happening. I think even like mid-table MLS teams will start investing crazy into European players, or just, you know, players around from different leagues. I definitely see that happening. All right, number 5, we have cultural impact. The integration into the US sports culture and the community impact. So basically what ChatGPT is saying is the MLS is going to join the big 4, quote unquote, which is the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, and the NHL here in America, which is like football, basketball, baseball, and hockey. I definitely see that happening. Soccer is growing crazy in the US right now, especially with Messi joining. We're going to host the World Cup in a little bit. We're hosting the Club World Cup soon. That's going to be great. I definitely see that happening. And for the last part of this video, I wanted to ask ChatGPT, what players do you see coming to the MLS in the next 30 years? Alright, it gave me 4 players: Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe, Chiesa, and Pedri. Now, I understand why ChatGPT will say Haaland and Kylian Mbappe, just because they're big players. But why would it give me Chiesa and Pedri out of everybody? That's interesting. Maybe it knows something that we don't. Yeah, okay. It says they could look to the MLS after their peak years in Europe. In cities like Los Angeles, Miami, and New York, due to their global appeal and marketing opportunities. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not, you know? And it says here also, if the MLS continues its growth, more players in their prime years, mid-20s to early 30s, may come to the league. This trend is already emerging with younger talents like Thiago Almada and Joseph Martinez. The last thing that ChatGPT told me was, by 2030 to 2050, MLS could be more of a common destination for top-tier players, whether in their primes or as a part of career-closing moves, contributing to the league's evolution into a global powerhouse. I don't have anything else to say. ChatGPT doesn't have anything else to say, so I guess that's the end of Editor Josh here. As I was editing this video, Erling Haaland just signed an extension to his contract until 2034. So, yeah, I guess don't believe whatever AI has to say.
Heart gone cold like Palmer, bro still shot like Bennett.